Yo, 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 yo. What's up, my people? Good afternoon. What's up with everybody? Peace to all my people out there traveling. What's up with y'all? To all my travelers, peace to all y'all. Peace and blessings. Live. We in Duck Studios right now. We'll say what's up to everybody, man. For everybody out there, I hope y'all traveling got to where y'all got to go safe. All my people, kids, adults, everybody moving around on this cool day. For some of y'all, wherever y'all at, it might be warm, but safe travels to y'all. And once again, even though it's the afternoon, we still have to thank the big fella upstairs for allowing us to even see this day. The hour, the time, whatever it is, we all have to thank him for all that and be appreciated and thankful for all that. All that in one. Always keep God first and stay prayed up out here. We're gonna get into this boxing talk, but before doing that, please smash the like button on your way in and on your way out. Like I said before, welcome to Duck Studios and welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. Y'all Sanders, what's up? Yeah, we got to get this going, y'all. You know, y'all know y'all expect to see me live at this time, but I had decided, why not? I have to be somewhere at 4 o'clock, but I got enough time. So I said, let me come in with the peoples and rap with y'all. Fresh off, sorry, y'all, give me a second. Fresh off the Top Rank, the Zone press conference, which was super dope. A lot of y'all don't know. The Zone and Top Rank will be working together. Oh man, there's a press conference on right now. Oh Lord, I'll pick now to go live. It's okay. I'm gonna watch it here. So anyway, yeah, they are working together now. I'm sure some of y'all know that already. It's kind of hard to believe it, but they needed a home and they found one. So it's beautiful. They got that. So we're gonna get into some of the things that I saw while I was down there. It got pretty interesting. I got some videos that I didn't load yet that I'm probably gonna load where I get to where I'm going. But I'm telling you, I love what I do. I love what I do, and I'm not saying that as bragging. Rather, if I'm getting paid for it or not, I love it. Um, Shout out to Mr. Bob Aram who couldn't be there today. Uh, you know, having a little issue with his knee, but Bob is up in age, so let's keep him in our prayers, and hopefully he will return to us. So I forgot what the deal was, but the question was we all had questions of where was Top Rank going to end up at. Some of us cared, some of us didn't. They kept their fighters busy, as you can see. Uh, and why they kept them, I guess they were trying to work out, something, figuring out where they wanted to go. The one thing I loved about it is that they kept their fighters busy. None of them had to sit around to wait to see what they were going to do. They kept them as busy as they can. You might have seen some of them on Turkey Al Sheik cards. You might have seen some of them on the DAZN card, which either way you look at it, it was beautiful that they kept them as busy as they did. Why they figured things out. And now they have figured it out. And now we will see Top Rank on DAZN. So now, we always talked about, having Turkey Al Sheik and saying that if he was bad for business or not, but we started seeing a lot of fights with him that we didn't think we were going to see. But now, the price just went up. The price just went up. So every fight that we might think we're not going to see, I think now we're going to see even more. I always say be patient and just wait for some of these fights to happen. But I think now we're not gonna, that doesn't mean we're gonna get everything. But I think majority of the stuff that we want, that we've been craving for, we're gonna get. I can't say who, but being that this was announced today, we're in March, we're still in the third month of the new year, reaching the fourth month soon. For the next, what can we say, 7, 8 months, we're going to see a lot of interesting things in the following year. And that doesn't just include, now keep in mind that it does not just include Top Rank or Matchroom. You got, you always see Golden Boy over there, Queensberry, you see Turkey Al Sheik. I mean, Jesus. This is why I always tell y'all, the business, or boxing, I should say, is not dead. It's very much alive. I know we get upset because a lot of things we want to happen right then and there don't happen. And I'm not gonna lie, I tell y'all a lot of times, a lot of shit don't bother me. A lot of times it be bothering me, and I'd be like, yo, bro. But then I realize it's not time. Oh, we got a fight Friday, y'all. So just to keep in mind, is that Friday? I'm looking at Walsh. Tell him, Walsh fights on, I guess, Saturday or Friday. We'll talk about it after, though. Let me not get off the topic. So today at the press conference, Shoo Shoo, Abdullah Mason, Emilio Vargas, Keyshawn Davis, some of our favorites was at the press today, which those guys are the baddest guys in the division. And I believe all of them are undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Emilio Vargas is undefeated, right, too, y'all? Yes, he is, because I think it was his brother who lost at 54 or whatever weight he's at. So you had all these guys sitting up here all undefeated, which it was beautiful to see them. Little back and forth between Keyshawn and Abdullah. Y'all know how that is. I actually got that recorded. I didn't upload it yet, but oh boy, I can't wait to upload that. And to have shout out to Mr. Mason too, you know what I mean, who spoke to me. I didn't even think he knew who I was, even though I had him on my show, well, when I was doing my live on Instagram. So he actually remembered me. So I appreciate him for that. The back and forth with him and Keyshawn was hilarious. Shoo Shoo, man, he was hella funny today, man. I'm not used to really seeing him like that. Shoo Shoo's always been a humble dude, but today he really had me laughing. He had a couple of us laughing. Everybody was in good spirits. Abdullah is looking at Keyshawn. To me, he didn't seem like he felt uncomfortable, but he just seemed like, yo, if we could fight tomorrow, if we could fight this week, we could. I have a strong feeling the walls are closing in. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I have some belief that if Keyshawn does not, and I repeat, if he does not make it to 47 for some reason, could we get Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn? We've been talking about this probably for the last year or two. When I had Bomac in my comments on Instagram, go back to that video. I got it right on my Instagram, man. If I could play it on here, I would. But You don't hear him say anything, but he's in the comments saying, "No way, no way, no way in hell." That was probably last year, maybe the year before. What do y'all think about that now? How do y'all feel about that? Um, we don't know. He's also want the Devin Haney fight at 47. Will he get it? Don't know. After seeing this press conference today, there's about to be a lot of things that's about to happen that we didn't see coming. So I say, as boxing fans, casuals, whatever you want to call it, media, journalists, bloggers, I think we should get ready to put our seatbelts on, strap up, because there's going to be some interesting things that is about to happen in boxing this year. Shout out to my brother CJ Rich Boxing, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to CJ Rich Boxing, my West Coast brother, huh? East Oakland to be exact. So, and let me tell you, y'all, it's funny because as I'm sitting there at the press conference and I'm looking at Emilio, Keyshawn, Abdullah, Shushu, and I'm looking and I'm saying to myself, there are some amazing things that's about to happen, not just with Top Rank, but with these four gentlemen and all these guys being in their prime. I think maybe Abdullah's the youngest one sitting on that stage, 21. I think maybe Emilio's not too far from him, maybe a year or two, but they all are still very young and in their prime. And that's what makes it scary, because these are guys probably for the next 10 years of boxing that we got to deal with. I know Abdullah, Jesus, 10 years might be just too short for him because he's probably, like I said, the youngest out of the bunch. But back to Abdullah and Keyshawn. Now, some of y'all will say, no, it won't happen. Some of y'all say, I'm past that. But we can't say we passed that and we're still holding on to Devin versus Tank or Devin versus Shakur. If you're going to still hold on to a Tank versus Shakur or Tank versus Devin, then why is it that we can't entertain the Abdullah versus Keyshawn? Especially if we don't know where Tank is coming back at. We don't know when he's coming back. I just seen something posted up about him being in an accident. I'm not going to entertain that, but I'm just saying. Because, you know, we pick and choose of what we want to entertain. And that's cool. Everybody has a right to feel like what's worth talking about. But I think somewhere down the line, it can still happen. Am I bothered if it don't? I can't say if I'm bothered now, because we have to see what interesting things that Top Rank and DAZN come together to do. And shout outs to them, and shout outs to, once again, shout outs to MVP collaborating with ESPN Plus. Everybody coming together. Ladies and gentlemen, them different sides of the streets conversations are dead. Put a coffin on it. Somebody come up with a thumbnail and make a tombstone and then put that different sides of the streets. Rest in peace to that. Angie, my girl, what up? Somebody come up with a tombstone, make it as a thumbnail, and when you talk boxing, the different sides of the streets talk. Rest in peace to the different sides of the streets, because it's over with now. Of course, every fight might not get made, but there's going to be a lot of guys that are not going to be able to avoid certain guys, especially if you're a mandatory. If you're a mandatory, man, go ahead. Let's just go ahead and make this happen. Mandatories don't need to be waiting around for 3 to 5 years. They don't need to be. You guys have got to start making a decision, either fight or give up the belt or move out the way. Don't hold up the sport of boxing. Don't hold up the division. So what we're about to see this year going on probably into next year, the next 2 years. We got to see how all this goes. Because at the same time, before we get our hopes up, we also want to see how Top Rank and the Zone get along. But so far, the business has been great because they've been keeping their guys active by having them fight on the Zone card. So we pretty much see that. So it's not like this is the first time these two have been around each other. But as far as doing business, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, it could have been Hulu, shit. It could have been anybody else except for Netflix because it seemed like MVP already got that, right? But the Zone made sense. It made a whole lot of sense. So if you guys don't have the Zone yet, for the ones that don't have, if I'm you right now and I'm home, I would be looking to get it right now. I would be looking to get it. It's very much worth it. Not just because they signed to them, it's just that it makes a whole lot of sense. Because we are going to see some interesting things this year. Um, Now with Shushu, yeah, we know what it is with him already. Hoping that the fight with him and Brandon Figueroa is next. We're hoping. There's so much out there for him. We got to see what's going on with Keyshawn next. Emilio. For all four of those guys, they should be busy this year. They should be super busy. And they have been busy. It's not like these guys have been sitting around waiting for a fight to fall out the sky. They all have been busy in their own way. But I just have a strong feeling things are going to get real interesting. So I think, as like I said, we just have to be a little more patient than what we have been being. Josh Sanders, what's up? What's going on, my guy? How you feeling, my Midwest brother? So, um, give me a second, y'all. Just give me 1 second. Y'all hold on 1 second. So yeah, no complaints. Um, no back and forths, no, they can't make this happen, they can't make that happen. Before we go out of our way to assume what it is that they can't do and what they can't make happen, I would like for us, I mean, not to say we can't talk about it because you can't tell people what they can and can't talk about. Before we assume what they can do, I would like to sit back and see what are they gonna do. And they're gonna make the best matchups that they can. I know they are. So if you're looking for a reason, if you're ever looking for a reason to complain, um, then maybe you're just a complainer. Because I don't think it's going to be much to complain about, especially after today. I mean, there's nothing to really to be complaining about, period. But after today, there's not going to really be much to complain about. And we already have a lot of great fights coming up already. You see slowly PBC sneaking back up. Even though Golden Boy might be in a situation that they're in, a lot of great things are still going to happen with them. Queensberry, they're involved in it. Um, shout outs to all the companies though. You know what I'm saying? MVP. The jury's still out on Zuffa. We got to see what they do. But shout outs to everybody. No beef with none of y'all. Go ahead and everybody make their money and not only make their money, but try to keep the sport of boxing very much alive because there's some people out there that's still some non-believers about the sport of boxing. And because they can't get a fight that they want, all of a sudden boxing's dead. Boxing's only alive to some of these fans when they get the fights that they want. When they get in the fights that they want, all of a sudden boxing's the greatest sport in the world. But the minute that they're not getting the services that they're looking for, boxing's dead. Boxing's whack. Boxing's trash. Boxing will be over in the next year or two. Next 3 years, everybody will be looking at MMA or or BKF, whatever that joint is they got. It's far from dead. Oh, hold on, y'all. What's going on? I missed somebody? Okay, no, I didn't miss anybody. I got 21 minutes. So I'm not gonna be on here too long, y'all, unless I have somebody coming through. I probably won't be on here too long. But so we got action. Like I said, we got action this week. Y'all know I don't have to keep telling y'all. Y'all know what it is. Everybody should be able to, to be able to sit this week. Friday we got action. We actually got action Thursday and Friday. So we got Walsh fighting Friday, which I totally forgot he was fighting this week. Uh, I'll probably wait till Friday to talk about him. I'll probably be up Friday morning. The thumbnail y'all see in the back is the picture I took of the guys on stage. I tried to get a better picture, but there was a lot going on. So, as I was recording it, the one thing about the press conference is that you got to be a little patient because, you can't move everybody out your way. So as I was taking the picture and as I was recording, I was trying to get the best angle that I could get. And I was like, you know what? I can't sit down in my seat. I'm gonna have to stand up to record this because it's just too much going on right now. And I was able to do that. A lot of the recordings I wasn't happy with. As I was recording the press conference when it started, I guess I didn't have enough storage, so it kind of cut it. But it was okay because when you got your backup phone, it's a beautiful thing. So I had my backup phone and I got what I can get. Um, I didn't post it, but like I said, I'm gonna do it shortly. When I do get the chance to do it. Well, let me say when I get to my job, I'm gonna do it. But today was great. Today was amazing. Shout out to all the content creators that came out. You know what I mean? My man Johnny Boy Boxing, AG Boxing Corner. Shout out to all the content creators that came out, man. Every single last one. Shout out to Top Rank. Uh, I got a nice bag with them. You know what I mean? They gave us all little gifts and all that. Shout outs to them, man. I thought that was super dope. Yeah, I thought it was super dope what they did, and the vibes were beautiful in there. We all got to kick it. Didn't take no pictures with no fighters. I said, nah, not today. It was just more of a get in and get out. Went down and got me a little dollar slice of pizza. Let me tell you something. Y'all ever in New York, come get you a dollar slice of pizza. Well, it's not necessarily a dollar. It's $1.50. About like 15 years ago, it was like a dollar. 15, 16 years ago, but it's $1.50, man. And $1.50 pieces were pieces that we were paying for when we was in school anyway. But when you in New York, come get you a $1.50 slice. It's worth it. I'm telling y'all, it's real good. Real good. It's worth it. Yeah, other than that, got more videos to upload that you guys are gonna see. Of course, tomorrow morning we'll be back, with the boxing talk. But will be, I forgot. Oh yes, we will be doing William Joppy tomorrow morning. Throwback, William Joppy. So anybody who knows about William Joppy or you might have did your homework on them or you don't know, this is what we like to do on Thursdays. Little history. I won't be back Thursday afternoon. Probably not. Probably not because of what I've been doing every day. That's why I took advantage today to actually do this. So William Joppy, tomorrow morning. Keep that on your mind. I didn't put it out yet, but I'm going to set that up after I knock everything else out the way. But when I put this Keyshawn and Abdullah video up, man, classic, classic. And this is what I love about being there for those moments. Pardon me, I gotta get my bottle of water. Just sit right there. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's about it, y'all. We don't need to. Yeah, yeah. Dula was. Hey, listen. Some people could say when they saw that Josh, he looked bothered, but he was unbothered, and it was good to see him and Keyshawn, but he was unbothered by that. To me, he looked like he was ready to go. I think if Keyshawn probably would have got close to him or pushed him, I don't know if it'll win another way. And we don't need that happening in the Garden anymore because that's what happened with the Haneys, and that's why they're banned now. So we don't really want that kind of stuff going on in the Garden because a lot of money is invested into these fighters. A lot of money is invested into these fighters, and I think sometimes you got to be reminded of that. But sometimes you be in the moment, and as fighters, it's like, yo, man, why can't we just fight? Why can't we just fight? And if it was that easy, we would just fight. But it takes your people to reach out to mine, your manager to reach out to my manager, and then we go from there. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, Dula's definitely one of those kids you went to school with that if he was too quiet, it raised some concerns because quiet doesn't always mean scared. Okay, I'm gonna say that again because that probably went over some of y'all heads. Um, quiet does not mean scared, and I don't think he's a man that backs down from a fight, and neither does Keyshawn. So if it's nothing going on, see, because eventually Abdullah's going to have them boots problems, and where that one particular fight you're looking for at your weight, you're not going to get it. And if you do get it, they won't give you no credit for it because we don't give these guys credit for nothing they do because when it happens, then we sit there and we go, I want to see him do it to this guy. Illy, what's up, Queen? So what happened is that there's not going to be no major fight for Abdullah probably at 35. Um, is there anything major at 40 for Keyshawn? Uh, that's a yes, and then that's a no. The yes is there's somebody out there. The no is the money. Could you take Keyshawn and um, Gary Antoine? Or if you fought Africa and then you go, you asking me, Illy? Or you asking Josh? So when you start thinking about the opponents at 40, the people at 40, you go, okay, what's worth him taking, who's worth challenging at 40? Oh, okay, she's talking to you. All right, Josh. So, then you look at Abdullah, then what's going on 35? 35 is quiet. Oh yeah, I'm feeling good, Ellie. I'm good. I'm good, beloved. Thank you so much. I'm good. I'm just coming from the press conference. I'm just wanting to do a quick live. I have to go back out the door because I have to be to work. So I just wanted to do a quick video about the press conference today. So, but when you start looking at both weight classes, and you're like, okay, we'll see. We will see. Um, like I said, I don't like getting my hopes up for these fights because when we get our hopes up, well, I can't rest now. I'm already up. I don't live too far from where I'm at, from where I work at. So, and I just got in from the press. So yeah, resting is not an option right now. I gotta get out this door probably in the next 20 to 25 minutes. Yeah, and what I mean by being having the boots effect. So what I want to explain to y'all about Abdullah having the boots effect is that you know you either can't get certain guys in there with you, or you can't get that particular that one guy in there where it's just like you become a mandatory for something, and then here it is, the guy starts playing around. Yeah, all the Benavides effect. There's certain guys that have that effect where it goes, oh man. And then when they're in there with an opponent that somebody's not familiar with, if we're not familiar with, we get upset about it. But you can't get upset about something that it's like, okay, we don't have no, control of that. If these guys are not going to fight, or you can't get them in there with you, what are you to do? It's a lot. So now what are you to do is to move up. You seen Boots do it. Benavides did it. A lot of fighters, a lot of great fighters in the past have done it, where they're not going to stick around and wait on you. So we'll see what happens. We'll continue to see what happens with Abdullah at 35. But I'm telling y'all, not just because of today. It doesn't matter if him and Keyshawn fight at all. It will not be long. It will not be long before you see Abdullah go to 40. Won't happen this year, but give it some time. You're going to see that. Um, I could see him going up to 60. I see Boots and Fedora happening at 60. I could be wrong. Who I mean, could y'all see Boots versus Fedora at 60? Just saying. Just imagine if the Boots and Virgil don't work out. We might get Xander and Virgil at 54 before we can. I mean, excuse me. We might get Boots and we might get Boots and Fedora at 60 before anything. You don't think he'll sign that? He probably won't. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But these fighters, you can tell by how they move. How they move says a lot about them in their career. Um, Abdullah's father said something today. If y'all go back to that video, and he said something that I've been telling y'all for the longest. But if I say it, it's a problem, as if I'm trying to shut everybody down from speaking their mind. He said, "The fans don't make the fight." And I've expressed that too many times that we don't make the fight. We're not managers, we're not promoters, we're not agents, we're not advisors. Oh, but God damn it, if no Duck Zone says it, it's the end of the world. Now I just seem like I'm trying to stop people from having their own mind, but I'm not. It's true. But of course, he could say it. But then I always just try to get people to realize that. So yeah, it is what it is. At the end of the day, congratulations to Top Rank. And we're gonna sit back this year and we're gonna see how all this, we're gonna see how all this plays out. And what I mean by sit back to see how all of it plays out, because like I said, before we get our hopes up, which I don't think that's going to happen. When the zone made the deal with Top Rank, believe me, they didn't just do it out of desperation. They are familiar with each other's work. They have trusted their fighters to go over there while they were trying to come up with a game plan. Or maybe this been the talks the whole time. Who knows how long Top Rank at the Zone had been in conversations? Who knows? Not assuming something, but this could have been all part of the plan. Because it takes a while to negotiate and come up with something, because it ain't just about grabbing a piece of paper saying, all right, let's sign this and let's get together and make money. Everybody has to agree to disagree, but then to agree to make it happen. That's how business works. So I'm guessing that was the case for them. Hey, we do this for y'all. What do we get? What could you, what are we going to generate from this? To see Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn. I mean, they stood next to each other before. I believe it was for the Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor, right? Because I believe Josh Taylor was Top Rank, and I think Jack Catterall was Matchroom. That was the time Bob was in the ring and he got mad because I think he felt Josh won. I think Jack did. Bob was pissed. He's gonna go off. Bob is gonna go off, man. You ain't gonna pull one on him. Y'all seen when he balked on Mike Carpenter? That shit was funny. That was comical, boy. I haven't seen that video in a while, but man, when I do see it, I'ma laugh. It's comical. But they are familiar with each other, so it's gonna be pretty dope in the next couple months. And like the guys were saying, they want to see fights every Saturday. I mean, to see fights every Saturday would be crazy. They going up and up, super don't win in boxing. Well, when you start to see things go a certain way, and it's been going that certain way for a while, but you just so used to it, or you just focus on getting the bag or whatever you want to call it. You're like, okay, this is practically normal. What can we do? It's been going on. But then when you start to see that people are walking into the sport of boxing, that they don't, I don't want to say they don't serve a purpose, but they're trying to come into your turf and do what you do. It kind of makes you say, we all might have to team up together. Get this guy out of here, get these guys out of here, get this promotional company out of here, or maybe not move anybody out, because at the end of the day, boxing's a big enough sport where it's enough room for everybody to eat. Um, so I don't know if those guys will get ran out of boxing. I think it all depends on what they do. I thought Turkey Al Sheikh would get ran out of boxing, not because I wanted to see it. It's because people didn't understand where he was coming from and what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, not nobody has to figure that out now, because we didn't seen enough from him. Even though we need to see more, but we have seen enough from him where we're like, okay, He's serious. So even if he does walk away, we can honestly say we had seen a lot from him that satisfied me. I know it definitely satisfied me. I had no beef with it, but I know it's also more that he has for us. And that's the beautiful thing about boxing, not knowing what's going to come or when it's going to come or how it's going to come. The only thing you can do is sit and just be patient. And that's what we all do. We're all going to sit and see how this all plays out. Oh, should I stay on here to 320 or should I get off, y'all? I don't know. Because I don't think I have anything for y'all. I always told y'all about my amateurs already. I already told y'all that what they in action. Go ahead and Billy's Club. I believe it's Billy's Bar. Billy's Bar. Like Billy's Bar, April 24th in the Bronx, located at 162nd. What's that? 163rd, 161st. I would say. Um, some amateur boxing, man. Y'all go ahead and make sure y'all get over there April 20th. I believe it's the 24th, April 24th. Y'all make sure y'all get to the BX for that. It depends. It depends. Do you have business to handle? Nah, I don't have no business to handle, Josh. I'm gonna be walking out of here anyway about 3:30, so not really. Not really. I just wanted to I got some I know when I get to work, I got my videos I'm gonna load up from the press. Because you know how sometimes, Josh, there's stuff to talk about, but then you sitting back and just wait and see what else is there to talk about. But this Abdullah, see, because now this Abdullah and Keyshawn, if the conversations of that slow down, it just picked back up today, and they made it their business. Well, Keyshawn definitely made it his business because actually Abdullah was being interviewed when Keyshawn walked toward them, so I know he knew what he was doing. Uh, he kind of did that with the Africa, so he knew what he was doing. Not mad at him. Very entertaining. Um, Abdullah, I'm gonna try to see if I can get his father too, man. I had him on Instagram, but I think I'm gonna reach out to him and gonna try to probably get him on the show and see if we can even get Abdullah up there. Hell, if I could get him and Keyshawn both up there at the same time, it would be bananas because one thing Keyshawn liked to do, he liked to talk. Oh, he liked to talk. And it makes our jobs more easier when we got fighters that like to talk versus the ones who they really don't want to. But it kind of makes our job easy um, because it's not easy doing what we do already. So yeah, we love it. We most certainly love it. Yeah, but other than that, besides what's happening this week, it's pretty much quiet. You know, next week y'all know what's going on. Fedora, Thurman, y'all know. Um, Jermaine Franklin, like it's a lot. But this week, tomorrow, um, Salida Promotions. Friday, you know, Matchroom the Zone. Saturday, y'all know what it is. Yeah, oh yeah, when he called him Bill. Yeah, he said, you know how you started that like bro? Bill Haney. I was trying not to laugh. I was like, oh man. I said, oh man. I said, Key. I told him too, before I went live, we were talking when he came over there. I said, yo, Key, knock it off, man. Cause I said, you know what you're doing, Keyshawn. Knock it off, man. He said, yo, you already know. I was like, oh man. I knew once he creeped over there, I was like, here we go. I said he about to get on his VA shit. Here we go. Round one. And as soon as he got over there, I was like, oh man, Key. But like I said, let's sit back and see what happens, man. You know, if he doesn't get no, which I don't know if he does, a, you know, a Ryan or a Devin fight. I don't know, man, because people gonna say before we can give you that Devin, excuse me, before Devin, excuse me, yeah, Devin, before we can give you a Devin or Ryan Garcia fight, man, you gotta see what you can do against Abdullah. Let's see what you can do with him at 40. And that's gonna be crazy work. That's gonna be crazy work. Yo, wouldn't it be crazy to y'all if Keyshawn stopped him? I'm not assuming. I'm asking the question because it can go either way. Wouldn't that be bananas? Let me tell you why I dislike that for either one of them or any fighter. Because as fans, if we knew how to just agree to a disagree, and if we all could be like, man, it ain't about who won or who lost. That is one hell of a fight. Versus, man, I told you he wasn't it. Because everybody's it long as they undefeated. As soon as they lose, before you had to have about 4, 5, 6 losses in boxing to not be shit. Nowadays, you could just have one loss and you ain't shit in boxing. 1 or 2 losses, you ain't shit. Why should he get another title shot? He lost twice. Do y'all think that guys are just supposed to go undefeated? Do you know how much hard work and dedication it takes for you to be undefeated? And even with you being undefeated, your record is still questionable. Your record is still questionable because it seems like being undefeated is too hard for y'all to understand if a fighter's resume is questionable. So when it's fights like this, it kind of makes me feel some kind of way because we're going to start to hear every type of excuse it is for why a fighter lost. I don't want to hear nothing, huh? Because when Bud fought Earl, both was undefeated. Hey, I told y'all I just wanted to may the best man win. Earl lost. What y'all do? I mean, yeah, I said, yeah, he got his ass handed to him, but if he came back to boxing, I was fine with it. Y'all didn't want to see him come back. Still don't want to see him. Thank God if that was Bud, y'all be on his heels, which some of y'all are still on his heels for certain people he didn't fight or you felt he should have fought. So I realize it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't in this sport. But we will sit back and see what happens with these two. I won't sit up here and talk about it every week. That's what I'm not gonna do. I'll tell you that. Now, if they start talking about we in negotiations, and that's the only time boxing topics should get hot, or we in negotiations, and then we getting close to finalizing it, and then it's like, okay, by the time you look up, they have a date and they got a venue. That's when we really should be on it. Like, all right, because there's a lot of energy to put into these conversations for a lot of shit to not be happening, and then asking why it's not. It's a lot. That's why I think with me, certain conversations are not really like it's not really that serious to me because I'm like I said earlier, we don't make the fight, but we would like to We would like to see it. There's a lot of fights out there I like to see. I swear there's so many. And I know y'all probably like, well, you don't never share that with us. You make it just seem like you don't give a shit about what happens in boxing. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's not that I don't give a shit about what happens in boxing. I don't give a shit about nothing I don't have no control over. So I mean, if that makes sense, and if I've said it in the way that y'all couldn't understand, and I just said it like I had an attitude or something, well, let me rephrase that and say, I don't care about stuff I have no control over as far as in the sport of boxing. I have no control over that. So, and it's kind of easier for me to deal with it thinking like that because if I really thought how some of y'all think, I would be going out of my mind, and then I think I would have this attitude of every time a fight come up and I don't support it, that hey man, I'm not watching it. Not everyone. Some of y'all are just. I've heard some of y'all say time after time, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. I'm like, well, damn. What fight do you want, brother? Before you start supporting it, I need Tank and I need Shakur. Oh, you might need it. Yeah, you need it. Hey, the boxing fans might need it. But between the powers that be and the fighters, or that other fighter who's probably not interested, we just toying around with it. Just toying around with it, which is not fair because we scream about seeing the best fights in boxing, the best, the very best. But now, after witnessing today, Top Rank Zone, we're going to see the very best coming from all different promotional companies, different weight classes, fights that we can only imagine seeing. I'll tell you what I would like to see from Top Rank more too. Get some ladies back in there. I know they had ladies before, but really get some ladies back in there. Get them back in there. We need them. I like to see a lot of these promotional companies that don't like. I don't think PPC had ladies, had women like that. We need to see y'all get some ladies. Zuffa, we don't know if you got it, but go ahead and get it. Pro Box, I don't know if y'all got ladies. Go ahead and get it. So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot that we want to see. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, oh yeah, I'll read the old comments. So yeah, so therefore, so yeah, I try to explain it a little different. Where you keep the menus all the way down. No, I did, but I didn't look all the way down. That was some told me to look today. And I was like, I ain't seen that in about. I ain't seen it since I had it on my. Yeah, sorry, y'all. Talking to my bestie, but shouts to them. What we got? What we got? Oh, we got a couple of more minutes, y'all. All right, 3:20. We'll take 5 more minutes. We taking it down. Make sure y'all check Walsh, whoever this other guy he's fighting, but check. Make sure y'all check that weigh-in Friday. We got about 2 weigh-ins on Fridays because we got some we don't know. We don't have a weigh-in on Friday. Oh, yes, we do. We got a weigh-in Friday, and I think we also have a fight Friday. So we got a lot going on. Y'all didn't check the top ranked press conference with the zone. Go back today. Like I said, I will throw pieces of what I have on there. I wasn't too happy with my footage. I got to step my camera game up because it was kind of a little ashy, but I still kept it classy. I had to add a little something to it, to change it up. But pardon me, I tried to get as much as I could. At some point, the video cut due to the storage. But like I said, having that backup phone is something that always helps. So I was able to fix it with that. If you go to my YouTube short, I just posted a video up there. I'm probably gonna post maybe two more YouTube short videos because I try to keep as much as I can up there. And then there I will do a whole I will put the whole other videos that I have up there with Abdullah and Keyshawn um having a exchange, I would say. Shout out to my brother Wyas and Media. Seen him out there today, man. Didn't know the brother was coming. He was just on BVO channel last night. But my Philly brother, shout outs to him for coming out there. Um, Make sure that y'all get y'all tickets. Also, too, for Alicia Baumgartner, April 17th. If you haven't got that, get it. If you haven't put your credentials in for that, go ahead and put your credentials out. Magna Media, for anybody who don't know, Magna Media, go to them um, and put it in. A lot of people didn't know where to go to do it, so I'm just letting y'all know that's where you go and get it done. We're gonna see how long it'll take, probably, which it won't be before we get this top rank the zone going. We're gonna see what's going on. I think they said in about a month or something, maybe they're gonna put something together. Who knows? They haven't had a top rank event in New York probably since last year. But you're used to them guys coming all the time. So we have to sit back and just wait and see how that plays out. Oh, oh. I'm in here dropping stuff, y'all. I couldn't let y'all see my little afro today, y'all. Your boy got an afro. I was not gonna show it today. I started to go to the press with my hair like that, but I didn't want to look like Method Man in '95. So I said, nope, I'm not gonna get caught like that today. Since I'm in my neighborhood, I don't care. I'm gonna have it all out. Sometimes you gotta let your hair breathe. Y'all might catch me like that tomorrow morning, though. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all might catch me on the live like that. I could care. I could care less when I'm sitting in the crib. Keep in mind tomorrow, 8 a.m. William Joppy, Throwback Thursday. Friday, we'll continue on with the boxing talk with whatever's happening this week. Austin Williams, we gonna just continue to get into that. That's gonna be it. If there's nothing else to talk about, which people can say it's a whole bunch of stuff, we'll probably talk about what matchups we would like to see with Top Rank being on the zone. That's something that we can get into. But if we're not going to get into it about that, then we won't get into it about anything because it won't be nothing else to talk about. And this should be the most thing to talk about because they have finally landed in a home that makes sense, that they are familiar with, that they stood next to before, did business with. So now it really makes sense because they are under one umbrella. So let's see how it works. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. As always, make sure you smash the like button. Like, share, subscribe. Continue to protect your peace, space, and surroundings. Be safe out there. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Doug Zone podcast. Let's go.